Hey, I'm Markia.
Want to hear something scary?
New house, new horrors. Tatum and her girlfriend Carmen had recently moved into a beautiful one-story farmhouse located in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. As soon as they found the property, they knew it was the perfect place to live. There was just one thing. The house had been the site of a horrific mass murder 20 years before. The lawyers had given them the basics. A cult leader had poisoned a bunch of followers who believed they would find paradise by committing suicide. Due to that history, the ladies got the house for a steal. Plus, they didn't believe in spirits or negative vibes. A house was just a house, right? The first incident occurred after Tatum had gotten out of the shower. She looked at the mirror on the medicine cabinet.
"I see you,"
was written in the steam. She chuckled uneasily, thinking it was a weird message from her girlfriend. But when she mentioned it to Carmen, she looked confused. "That wasn't me. That's creepy," she said. Tatum led her into the bathroom to show her, but the message in the steamy room was gone. Carmen insisted she hadn't even been in there. There were a few other occurrences: phones dropping service, messages on the kitchen whiteboard that were erased when they'd returned to look. One morning, Carmen couldn't find her purse anywhere. Tatum suddenly noticed the bright yellow bag up high on a window ledge. Neither of them could reach it without help. It escalated from there. One afternoon, Tatum was gardening while Carmen made lunch. Suddenly, Tatum sniffed the air, smelling smoke. Then she saw flames licking at the grass. Rushing over to douse out the fire, she could make out something burned into the grass. Paradise awaits. That was enough to convince her something strange was going on. Tatum was frightened, but Carmen was more annoyed. This was their house. Nothing was going to make her leave. The internet seemed the most logical place to search for someone that could help. And before long, an older woman called Mina was at the door, armed with a bag of mystical knickknacks. Leaving her to it, the ladies retreated to the kitchen. After an hour or so, they came out to see how the cleansing was going. Mina was nowhere to be found. They walked all through the house, calling to her. "Maybe she went outside?" suggested Carmen. So they headed out via the back porch, and there they saw the older woman. She was kneeling on the burnt grass and seemed to be fighting against something they couldn't see. Then suddenly, a shape began to manifest in front of their eyes, a form like a person, but shadowy and dark. The robed, shadowy figure had one hand around Mina's throat and seemed to be holding a chalice in the other. At once, they could see it was trying to pour something into the woman's mouth. Carmen ran over, and as she did, the being exploded into a black smoke, leaving the old woman gasping for breath. Inhaling it, Carmen felt nauseous, a gripping pain in her stomach. Tatum barely managed to get both women back into the house when Mina immediately gathered up her belongings. Just before she rushed out of the house, she said, "Ladies, this house is cursed. A twisted, evil spirit is entrenched in its foundation. It will not leave unless you have a full exorcism performed. Blessed be, children." Carmen was still in pain, and despite having never believed in such things, immediately asked Tatum to pack up some bags. They were leaving. No way they were staying in that house. Not long after, a for sale sign could be seen in the yard. Carmen and Tatum decided to sell cheap and quickly instead. It would be the next person's problem. And this time, they would be mindful of their next house's spiritual history as well. After all, you truly get what you pay for.